How do you go from sleepless nights wondering if your retirement savings will survive the next market dip to sleeping like a baby? Well, today you're about to hear the story of Susan, a 67-year-old retired nurse from Sarasota, Florida, who moved $528,370 into a Gold IRA right before the markets took another tumble. And while others panicked, she slept soundly. But before we get to Susan's story, we need to talk about what's really happening out there. Because if you're retired or close to it, this next part could directly impact your future. Beat. Just last week, headlines broke that U.S. credit card debt hit a record $1.3 trillion. The Fed's still warning about sticky inflation, and now economists are whispering about something even worse than a recession: stagflation. That dangerous cocktail of high inflation, rising unemployment, and little to no growth. It's the same economic storm that crushed retirees in the 70s. And it's starting to look eerily familiar. So what did Susan see that most people didn't? Let me rewind. A few months ago, Susan had her entire retirement parked in a 401k from her 30-year nursing career. Mostly stocks, some bonds. The usual, diversified setup her advisor told her was safe. But every time she checked the market, something didn't sit right. The Fed kept saying inflation was transitory. Then it wasn't. The government kept spending. The dollar kept weakening. And Susan? She kept lying awake at 2 a.m., wondering if the nest egg she spent her whole life building was built on sand. That's when she started looking into Gold IRAs. Not because she was into gold, not because she was trying to make some huge return, but because she wanted something real, something no politician or Wall Street banker could print into oblivion, something she could pass down to her grandkids without worrying about the next market meltdown. So after doing her research, talking with a few specialists, and getting her questions answered, Susan did something bold. She rolled over exactly $528,370 from her 401k into a self-directed Gold IRA. No penalties, no taxes, just pure protection. And when Silicon Valley Bank collapsed a week later, Susan didn't panic. She didn't stress. She just made herself a cup of tea and went to bed because she knew her wealth was finally anchored in something stable. Now, this isn't about fear. This is about freedom. Freedom from watching the markets like a hawk. Freedom from worrying about what Jerome Powell says next. Freedom to finally enjoy the retirement you worked your whole life for. So if you're like Susan, if you've got a 401k, TSP, or IRA and you're concerned about what comes next, do what she did. Get the facts. Find out how a Gold IRA could help you hedge against inflation, protect your purchasing power, and actually sleep at night. There's a free guide waiting for you that explains it all in plain English. Because here's the truth. No one's coming to rescue your retirement. Not the Fed. Not Congress. Not Wall Street. But you still have time to take control, just like Susan did. So go ahead. Take the first step. Your future self and your peace of mind will thank you.